Hi, good evening, students. Next, we will discuss the chapter squares and square root. Today, we are going to study about the topic squares and its property. In mathematics, we know that square is a geometrical figures and it has four equal sides. That means in mathematics, it is a geometrical figures. It has four equal sides. That means let us consider the square ABCD and the length of each side is take it as x. Therefore, the area of this square can be written as area. We know that area is equal to length into breadth. Therefore, here the length and breadth are equal. That means here all sides are equal. Therefore, one length will be x. Therefore, area will be x into x. That means it can be multiplying by each other. That means the length and breadth are same. Therefore, the length and breadth are multiplying each other means it will be multiplying itself. That means the length multiplying itself by itself. That means it will be denoted by repeating twice. Therefore, it can be denoted by x square. Similarly, we can define in numbers. What about the squares in number system? The same manner, the squares of a number is a product obtained by multiplying the number by itself. Let us consider 2. The square of 2 can be written as 2 square, that is an exponent form. Let x be any number. Let x be any number, then the square of x can be expressed in an exponent form. Therefore, the square of x be any number, the square of x can be written as the square of x can be written as the square of x can be written as in an exponent form. That means exponent form. How can it x represent? It is x square. Next, we can check the square of numbers. Let us consider the number from 1 to 10 and its square. First, we can considering the numbers from 1 to 10 and its squares. Then square of the numbers. 1 square, it can be multiplying by itself, that is 1. Then 2 square, it can be 4. 3 square, 9. Then 4 square, 16. 5 square, 25. Then 6 square, 36. And 7 square, 49. 8 square, 64. 9 square, 81. And 10 square is 100. Let us considering these squares, the first property, the properties of squares. The first property will be the square of an even number is always even. Let us consider number 2. It is an even number. Then the square of 2 will be 4. The square of 2 is 4. Therefore, the square of an even number is always even. And the square of an odd number. In the case of an odd number, what about the square? 3. 3 is an odd number. Then the square of 3 is it equal to 9. Therefore, the square of an odd number is always an odd number. That is the first property of the squares. Let us consider another number 4. Then 4 is an even number. Then square of 4 will be 16. 16 is an even number. Next we can consider 9 is an odd number. Then square of 9 is 81. It is an odd number. Then next property. This is the first property. That is considering the first property of square. What about the first property of the squares? In the case of properties of squares, square of an even number is always even. Next we can consider square of an odd number. Then square of an odd number is always odd. Next, in the case of square, that is in the case of perfect square, that means 1, it will, the square of 1 will be 1, then 2, then 2 square will be 4. In the case of 3, then 3 square equal to 9. That means the square, perfect square. Then continuing this one, like then 10 square is 100, like that. Therefore, by using these squares, we know that we can see, by using these squares, we can see the perfect square is always end with 0, 1, 4, 5, 6 and 9. But all the numbers end with 0, 1, 4, 5, 6, 9 are not a perfect square. For examples, the number 11, then 20, 34, 39. These are not a perfect square. Property, the remaining numbers, that is considered the remaining numbers 2, 3, 7, 8. A number ending with 2, 3, 7, 8 are not a perfect square. In the case of third property, if a unit digit number is a, then its square number, then the square number's unit digit is, then square number's unit digit is a square. That means, let us consider the number 12. Then 12 square. 12 square is equal to 144. In the case of number 12, the unit digit is 2. And the square of 2 is 4. 2 square is equal to 4. That means 12 square. Considering 12 square, here the unit digit will be 4. That means it is the square of 2. That is, if a unit digit number is a, then its square number's unit digit is a square. Next, we can considering the unit place value and the squares end with the number also. Unit place and the squares end with, and the squares end with the number, end with the numbers. What are they? First, we can considering the number 1 or 9. The square is always end with 1. Next, we can considering the unit place value 2 or 8. The square is always end with 4. Let us consider that another unit place value 3 or 7. The square is always end with 9. Next, we can considering 4 or 6. The square is always end with 6. Next, the number 5. The square is always end with 5. And in the case of 0, the square is also end with 0. That means the unit place value, considering the unit place value 1 or 9, the square is always end with 1. Then the unit place value 2 or 8, the square is always end with 4. Next, the unit place value end with 3 or 7, the square is always end with 9. Next, this unit place value 4 or 6, the square is always end with 6. Then unit place value is 5, the square is always end with 5. The last one, unit place value is 0, the square is also end with 0. Next, we can consider the question, what will be the unit digit of the squares of the following numbers? First question, 81. In the case of 81, the unit digit is 1. For the squares, square number is also end with 1 square. That is, the unit digit is 1. Next, we can consider 272. In this number, the unit digit is 2. Therefore, the square of this number end with 2 square. Therefore, the unit digit is 4. Next, we can consider 799. Here, the unit digit is 9. Therefore, the squares of this number will be end with the unit digit is 1. That is 9 square is 81. Therefore, the unit digit of the square is 1. Next, 3853. Now here the unit digit is 3. Therefore, the square of the unit digit is 9. Therefore, the square of this number is end with the unit digit 9. Next, we can consider 1234. Here, the unit digit is end with 4. Therefore, the square of this number is also end with the unit digit 4 square, that is 16. Therefore, the unit digit is unit digit in the case of square is 6. Now, next consider the number 26,387. Here, the unit digit is 7. Therefore, the square of this number is end with 7 square. Therefore, the unit digit in the square is 7 square equal to 49. Therefore, the unit digit of this number square is end with 9. Next, we can considering 52,968. Now, here the unit digit is 8. Therefore, in this case of squares of this number, the square is also end with 4. That means 8 square, that is end with 64. Therefore, the unit digit is 4. Next, 99,880. Here, the unit digit is 0. Therefore, the square of these numbers end with 0 square. That means the unit digits in the case of square is 0. Next, 12,796. Here, the unit digit is 6. Therefore, the square of 6 is 36. Therefore, in the case of square of this number 12,796 end with 6. That is 36. 6 square is 36. Therefore, 6 is the unit digits. Considering 55,555. Here, 5 is the unit digit. Then the square of 5 is 25. Therefore, the square of this number ends with 5 square. That is 25. In the case of 25, the unit digit is 5. Next, the fourth property is the number of 0 at two ends of a square number is always even. That means, for example, considering 10 square. 10 square is equal to 10 into 10, that is 100. Then 100 is an even number ending with 20. The square is ending with 20. Therefore, it is an even number. That number is always even. Next, we can considering 20 square. Therefore, 20 square equal to 20 into 20. That implies 400. 400 is an even number. Next, we can considering 30. Therefore, in the case of 30, 30 square, it can be written as 30 into 30. Therefore, the value will be 900. Therefore, 900 is an even number. That means, in the fourth property, the number of 0 at two ends of a square number is always even. Next, property 5. Square of a negative number is always positive. Let us consider the example. Minus 4 whole square. That is equal to minus 4 square can be written as minus 4 into minus 4. The value will be 16. It is always positive. That means the square of a negative number is always positive. Considering another number, minus 15 square is equal to minus 15 into minus 15 is equal to 225. Therefore, the square of a negative number is always positive. This is the fifth property.